Thank you, Mr. Shipman, for that wonderful reading. Congressman John Lewis could not be with us this evening as President Barack Obama has called him into conference to complete the national health care. Although Congressman Lewis is absent, he is with us in spirit. I will read the citation we have prepared for him. The Honorable John Lewis, agitator, organizer, counselor, eloquent advocate for civil rights, co-worker with the great and new abolitionists as the members of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee are remembered, friend and advisor to presidents, and for almost half a century, the unafraid champion of freedom and equality for your race and nation. Inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to join the civil rights movement, you embodied the dreamer's commitment to nonviolent social change as an organizer of sit-ins, as a participant in freedom rides, and as a representative of SNCC at the 1963 March on Washington. This would have been enough, but your courage and commitment to nonviolence led you to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, where you and others were brutally attacked by Alabama state troopers. Remembered as Bloody Sunday, this event accelerated the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Your experiences as a leader of SNCC have shaped your goals as a lawmaker, whether as a member of the Ways and Means Committee or as a member of such caucuses as the Congressional Black Caucus, the 21st Century Health Caucus, the Congressional Pro-Choice Caucus, the Native American Caucus, and the Out of Poverty Caucus. You have consistently championed legislation that addressed the needs of Americans in health care, poverty and homelessness, education, the environment, children, youth, and families, and voting rights. Congressman John Lewis, the unsung, as Alice Walker remembered you and others in the dedication of her novel, Meridian. On this occasion, we pay tribute to your efforts to move the nation towards a more perfect union. For your leadership as a public servant, we gratefully bestow upon you the Johnson Medal for Civil Rights. We will view now the Congressman's acceptance speech by way of video.
Thank you so much for those kind words. I regret that I cannot be with you this evening to receive this great honor. I'm very proud to receive this honor named for James Weldon Johnson, who was a son of the South, my fraternity brother, and a Renaissance man in the truest sense of the word. Born just a few years after the end of the Civil War, this great man emerged from the difficulties of his day to become an author, an editor, a songwriter, a lawyer, a diplomat, an orator, and an activist. He exemplifies what is most inspiring about the African-American struggle for equal justice and civil rights. An undying spirit that confronts the possibility of complete destruction, but yet decides to overcome. As the first African-American head of the NAACP, early on he used the tactics and discipline of nonviolence by organizing a solemn march of 10,000 African-Americans down New York City Fifth Avenue to protest the lynching and race riots that occurred after World War I. I want to thank the Carter Center and Emory University for reminding us of this great tradition of activism. A tradition that did not begin in the 1960s, but was an answer to the call for justice that has spanned for centuries throughout our history. From the early days of the American Revolution until this very day, so we have created a transformative democracy, a nation that could gradually move closer and closer to the building of the beloved community and a more perfect union. If we learn anything from this arc of history that runs through Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, and William Lloyd Garrison, to Jane Weldon Johnson, Mary Overton, to Rosa Parks, and Martin Luther King Jr., and live in us today, we know that the work of peace, the cause for nonviolence, the need to act against the force of aggression, hostility, and hate is still the work we must dedicate ourselves to today. Again, I want to thank the Carter Center and Emory University for all of your contribution to the Atlanta community and to nations around the world to bring in the cause of peace and justice to the forefront of the human conscience. And I want to thank you again for this great honor. Thank you so much.